Alright, so recently inside of Arise crossover, I have been kind of slacking when it comes to progression. Like, what I mean by that is the recent update released, right? You know, the one that added, the brand new Dragon Ball Island and all the new swords and whatnot. And I realized something. I'm literally still G-rank with some pretty mid units. So I decided, you know what? Enough slacking, enough not doing anything. We're going to be doing a little mini series, so then that's where I can become pro once again in this game. And in this case, for our very first video, we are going to be getting N+ rank. So yeah, if you guys end up enjoying this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and without further ado, let's jump right into this. But wait just a moment, before we jump into today's video, I want to tell you guys quickly about today's sponsor, Anime Warriors Combat. Now, what exactly is this game all about? Well, it is going to be combining some of your favorite animes into one singular game. For example, you guys remember that old popular game called Anime Fighters? Well, yeah, it's going to be kind of like that, a very similar playstyle. And yeah, I mean, have a look at some of these character designs. Here's Alucard up on screen right now, and he's looking badass. And the best part is that there's going to be a bunch more characters. And of course, each of them are going to be having their own special attacks. For example, Alucard, he's going to be having like, some insane like aura farming moment, and he's just going to absolutely obliterate all of the enemies. And oh yeah, by the way, each and every single anime is going to be having its own unique map, where on these maps, there's going to be, a bunch of different features, whether it's going to be raids, dungeons, upgrades, pretty much there's going to be absolutely everything, so then that's where you guys can become OP. If any of this interests you, make sure to check them out in the link in the description. It will take you right to their Discord. Once again, thank you so much Anime Warriors Combat for sponsoring today's video, but apart from that though, let's jump right back into the action. Alright, so first things first, let's get started on what I already have. Well, starting off over here at the weapons, as you guys can see, I have been doing a little bit of grinding off camera to the point where I now have this twin draconic axe at S rank. And as you guys can see, with no enchants, no nothing, it is doing 15 quadrillion damage. But of course, we can do much better, right? I mean, I have heard of people having this exact sword and going into the hundreds of quadrillions of DPS. So for that reason, we might as well go ahead and enchant that bad boy. Now, it is very expensive, 112 rare powder dust per spin. So yeah, for those reasons, I do need to keep my fingers crossed, because if I don't, I'm not going to get anything good. So let's start off with the first enchant, right? We are going to be getting Vorpal 3, which I guess is kind of mid. Then for the next roll, yeah, as you guys can see, the main problem right now is that we don't have enough powder dust. But hey, that's no problem though, because keep in mind, the Infernal Castle event that happens like every single hour drops a ton of powder. Plus as well, on stream like a few days ago, I managed to get this really OP sword. In fact, here it is. As you guys can see, I have looting aspect 2 and as well looting 6, meaning that my dust gain is going to be going into, the high numbers. So yeah, every single time an Infernal Castle opens up, we should be able to get around, I believe, maybe 2 spins or 3 spins each. Whatever it's going to be, it is going to be a few chances of getting even stronger. So let's get started by getting, even more powder dust. So yeah, let the dust grinding begin, and hopefully the next time that you guys see me, we would have gotten a decent enchant, like maybe sharpness 7 or 8. I mean, if we get sharpness 8, that's still a massive W, but if we get a god enchant, like, sharpness 8, Vorpal 8 and whatnot, then that would be even crazier. So yeah, let's see what luck is gonna cook up for me. And okay everybody, just like that, we are now back after doing a ton of enchanting, and if I just open up my inventory, as you guys can see, I managed to get sharpness 8. Now, the DPS on this bad boy is definitely a lot. I mean, 150 quadrillion, I'm pretty sure that's gonna give me like 300, 350 DPS, something like that. In fact, actually, now that I think about it, why guess? We can literally go ahead and test it right now. So let's see, if I quickly head on over here to the damage test dummy and start putting on my auto clicker, my DPS is going to be around the 357 range. Now, keep in mind, by the way, when I go ahead and get better rank ups, for example, the next rank up I believe is like N rank, it is going to be boosting my DPS even more, because I'm pretty sure each rank gives like a 30% boost. Plus as well, it's also going to be increasing the level of my units. For example, I think the G rank units will go to like 275 or 280, meaning that these units are going to be starting to do like even more damage, like maybe it would be around the 500 trillion range. Again, I'm not entirely sure. I guess it'll just have to be something that we go ahead and find out as well. So let's quickly head on over to the, the rank test guy. And let's quickly start a short time lapse of me going through it. Now, this should be relatively simple because I'm pretty sure in order to complete this, you need around 40 QA DPS. And since I have practically 10 times more than that, this should be really easy. So yeah, let the time lapse begin and I will catch you guys once we are about to finish the dungeon. And alright, there we go. As you guys can see, we just completed the N rank dungeon, meaning that if I quickly head back on over to the main world, I now should have all of the extra buffs and bonuses that, an N rank will get. So let's see, if I quickly have a look at my sword, it is now going to be doing 226 QA damage, which I'm pretty sure it used to be like 179 before or 150. It was somewhere around there. I guess if we quickly go ahead and do a DPS test on, for example, this guy over here, it is going to be going up to, alright, it's not really looking that good, but I think it's because I one-shot him, or should I say, like 3-shot him. But yeah, you guys kind of get the point. My DPS is much higher, plus as well, the level of my units have also gone up, and as you guys can see, it is now level 279, which I believe is 1 level off from maxing it out. And as well, just have a look at the damage on these bad boys. 508 trillion. That's like a 5x increase from just 10 extra levels. And yeah, even getting that final level literally pushed up its damage once again by a 50 whole trillion. That's crazy. Alright then, since the game wanted to buff me so much, we might as well go ahead and, try and complete this video by getting the N+ rank. Now, I'm going to assume that this is probably going to be really difficult, or it's going to be super close. Like, my best guess is that it's probably going to come down to like the last few seconds. But then again, I don't know actually. If I optimize my movement and stuff, I might still be fine. Worst case scenario, if I fail once or twice, I'll keep trying over and over and see if maybe I can get like a god ranking run or something. So let's, I guess, see by, jumping into this once again. However, I'm not going to do another time lapse. There's no point to wasting your guys' time. Let's just cut to the boss room if I, even get there. And finally, everybody, within the last few minutes of this run, we managed to reach the boss. Now, even though he has 10 quintillion HP, it seems like we're still going to win, and it's not even going to be that as close as I thought it would. So 3, 2, 1... and that is the final rank acquired. So let's, I guess, have a look at the stats now. Are they going to be like even more insanely broken, or is it going to be like a small increase? So once again, starting off with the sword, it is at 264 quadrillion, which I believe is around a 50 quadrillion increase, something like that. And then I guess when we compare it to the levels of my units now, if I just quickly, go ahead and max out their level by quickly taking out a few enemies. Oh my god. 5 quadrillion on a singular G rank 0. That is actually wild. Yeah, all I can really say at this point is thank you so much to this sword for actually carrying me through this, because without it, I would still be considered, weak and mid. But hey, does this mean that we are maxed out in the game? No, not even close. There are a bunch of different other, even stronger pets than, the G rank 0s that I could go ahead and get. And then as well, of course, since there's even more stronger pets, there's also stronger swords. For example, I could turn this twin draconic axe into SS rank, or even better, I can go ahead, jump into the dungeons of this specific world and get the legendary sword from there. So yeah, does that mean that I'm going to be uploading another video in the near future? Yes, of course I am. And of course, so then you guys don't miss out on that video, make sure you subscribe with notifications on, and also like the video so then you can show me your support, because I know a lot of you guys have been really enjoying my Arise crossover videos. And yeah, doing those little few second tasks, it really helps out the channel a lot. But anyways, I have a lot of grinding that I need to get back to, so yeah, I think this is where I'm going to be leaving things off. And until next time, wish me luck, and I also wish you guys luck, so then that's way you could get the same stuff that I do. So yeah, once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and have an amazing rest of your day. Peace out, everybody.